Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today. As you know, my name is Robert and my channel is Maple Woodworks. A few months ago, I decided I wanted to try getting into CNCs. Now, I really didn't know much about them, but I do have a bit of experience with, of course, the laser engraver, and so I decided yeah, it was time for me to start something new. So I started doing some research and I found a company, Sienci Labs, located in Waterloo, Ontario. And of course, I'm in Toronto, Ontario, and I thought this would be perfect. So if I need some replacement parts or some advice, they're only about an hour away. So today I am going to be putting together this CNC engraver. Now I won't finish it today because it's already kind of late in the evening. To be honest, I just finished building this table here for it, and my table is 48 inches long. Sorry, 61 inches long by 48 inches deep, and that's basically the size that they recommend for this. So I hope you stick around, and I'm going to start putting this together now. So I did open the box. I did not touch anything. I did not open anything really. Well, I cut the boxes open just to see what was inside. So it comes with a whole bunch of, I bought also the sensors kit. So this way, if the head is going off to the side and it's gonna hit something, it knows to stop. Welcome package, a pouch. Lots of here's the zero touch plate right here. Oh, the magnetic dust shoe. Now this one is the beginner's kit, and it's a beginner's kit because it comes with all the stuff like the dust shoe, the few bits to start you off, and in total it was Canadian dollars, $2,700. And so look, they package everything up like it's a gift for you. Oh my God, it's the gift that keeps on giving. So yeah, okay, so here's some parts here. Oh yeah, okay. Well, this would be where the router sits in. And I'm doing this actually in the basement of my house. This is where I do all my woodworking. All right. A plate for something. Super long board. Here are the bits. It comes with a Makita router. And what I liked about this is, although these aren't as powerful as the spindles that you can buy, I can just run out to the store if I need one, pick up one of these, put it in its spot, and it's good to go. So now I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Oh man, this is heavy. Holy jeez. Okay. Bunch of parts, rails. Well, not rails, sorry, the rails are inside, but parts for the rails. Ooh. That's got weight to it. And some stickers, just in case I forgot what I bought. Another box, a bit heavy. A bunch of electronic components in it. And the rails themselves. All right, so it's the next day. Last night I spent about an hour putting it together, and so far I have all the Y posts all done with the pieces that are going to mount the X and Y, sorry, the X and Z axis. And as for the Z axis, this is it right here. And as you can see, it has the holder for, sorry, there it is, the holder for the router. And of course, this is going to spin up and down, which is going to cause it to go up and down as it carves. So solid piece of steel here. There is well made, and every hole is in exactly the right spot. It's not that it's a little bit off and you're kind of tweaking it to get it in. It's all perfectly made. Now, another thing that I must admit I absolutely love about putting this thing together so far is that the instructions are written by people who are English speaking. I know that may sound mean, and I don't mean for it to be that way, but I've had other items where it's obvious the person that wrote the instructions were not, English was not his or her first language, and it definitely made it difficult. But this so far is all color coded. You know exactly what you're doing, and yeah, you can't go wrong. So CNC so far, thumbs up. I hope it continues this way, and hopefully within the next day or two, I'll be doing my first test engrave. So stick around everyone, and I'll show you the next axis. All right, so we are 2 hours in, and as you can see, it's actually starting to look like a CNC right now. Our next steps are to set up the chain links so that this way our cables run through it so they don't snag, and that will be, of course, along the X and Y axis. And then, of course, we are going to start going ahead and start installing our Makita router. Now, this CNC can house a regular type of router, which is, you can usually see them, they're just like a steel cylinder. However, I chose to go this way because they say that for starting out, it is easier to work with a router like this. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Makita router until probably it breaks down. And if everything goes good, maybe I'll buy another one, or I will switch to an actual dedicated router. And there it is, now it's complete. Took me about 3-4 hours to do in total. The instructions were great, they were precise, and that was a blessing, let me tell you, because there is some work to do here. And as long as you follow the instructions, you'll have no problems. Now, one thing to know is once I had it all together, the first thing I had to do was make sure that the spoil board was flat. So what I did was I went into an application, VCarve, and then I just did a quick, basically like a zigzag all around, and for the board, for the width of it, and the depth as well, X and Y. And I ran it, and it was going back and forth, and then I kept doing it until I cut through everything. Once I cut through and I flattened everything, I knew that the spoil board was flat and we were good to go. Now, I'll show you this up close, but the spoil board itself, in between it, I put T-slots in so that this way I can use some tools to hold down the actual material. As for now, a friend of mine told me to go ahead and try the Scotch Guard or Scotch tape, double-sided carpet tape. And so what I'm going to do here now is I got this piece of wood right here, and what I'm going to do is off the side of my table I have these hinges that will allow me to mount this to. So I want to put my laptop on here so that I have extra room here so I can work my mouse and such. And to tell you the truth, right here is a bit of a disaster. End of the table, and I want to clean that all up, and this way I have all my bits and everything here cleaned up, and then I have my actual table off to the side, which I can then retract, put it down so it's not in the way, and when I need it I can put it up. So that's what we're going to do now. But what I'm doing on this is I took the Maple Woodworks logo and I'm going to carve it into here just so that this way, I don't know, it's a first cut really, and so that's what I'm going to do. So I hope you stick around and you join me. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know if this is going to go right because this is the first thing I'm really cutting, and I'm excited about it, and hopefully I did this right, but stick around. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take 3 strips of the double-sided carpet tape and put it down on the back of my project. Then I'm going to place the piece of wood down according to the lines that are on my CNC flat board there. And those lines there, what I did was I drew out in the VCarve application basically vertical and horizontal lines spaced 3 inches apart. And then with a 60-degree bit, I just did a touch to go across them to make the lines. That tells me what is straight according to the Longmill machine. So that's how I know when I put down my project, I am straight.
Now, next what I'm going to do is as you saw, I took the zero touch plate and I touched it down in the corner of my project, and that tells the CNC that this is the corner of my project and this is how high it is. And after that, just hit the go button and it starts carving. And as you can see, all the carving is done nice cleanly, and that dust boot sucks up all the wood chips so I don't have a mess.
All right, so there you go, my very first carving off of my Longmill CNC. And I gotta admit, it came out really nice. I didn't expect it to come out this way, but actually I'm pleasantly surprised. I thought it was going to take out more of the center here around the saw blade, but it didn't. And I actually like it better like this, to be honest. So I'm going to just put this aside. And if there's one thing I do have to say, and I forgot to mention it throughout the video. So when I did pick up my Longmill and put it together, I did have a problem with it. And the problem was that the motor in the back of the machine, because there's one motor in each corner and it controls the y-axis as it goes back and forth. One of the motors wasn't working. And so what I did was I switched the cables in the controller. It didn't do anything. I then switched the cables in the actual left and right y-axis motors in the back. It didn't do anything, and I filmed it all and I sent it to CNC and I said, hey guys, I think I got a DOA motor. And they looked at it and they said, yeah, it looks like you have a DOA motor. We're gonna get one out to you. And 2 days, I kid you not, within 2 days I had the motor in my hands with extra cables and everything. So CNC, I'm really impressed. You stand behind your product, and that's why I went with you, because I did see people talking about that you stand behind your products, and so that made me very comfortable. And I'm glad that I was able to get a motor that fast, and you proved to me that you are what people say you are. So anyways, guys, I got a lot of projects I'm going to start doing now. I want to start doing inlays where I can do a nice black walnut cutting board and then do a beautiful inlay in it with some maple wood, and then this way you have a nice picture in it. So that's what I'm going to be doing next, and I hope you guys stick around. I hope you hit that like and subscribe button, and I hope to see you in the next video. Hey, if there's anything you want to see, just let me know in the comments below and I'll gladly see if I can do it for you. Thanks, take care, we'll see you in the next video.